Giulio Corrdasco. I attended Seton Hall University and graduated in 1985. My major was marketing. I'm originally from Newark, New Jersey. I actually grew up in the North Ward of Newark, not in the Vailsburg section where Seton Hall University is actually very close to. The reason why I attended Seton Hall is I have several of my good friends that I attended grammar school with and high school seem to have just become very acclimated with that whole Seton Hall atmosphere. And I was actually going there in the latter part I was one to make the decision later as opposed to the few people that I was friends with that actually attended Seton Hall. So I decided that I think it would have been in my best interest to attend Seton Hall University, which, like I said earlier, I was so familiar with that area, and being staying home with family and so forth. My mother had a lot to do with me not wanting to leave the household, so I just thought that Seton Hall would be like my best choice as far as universities in this particular area. Actually, it just kind of my experience with the campus itself, Seton Hall Prep and Seton Hall University at that time, was all on one campus. And due to the fact that attending Seton Hall Prep and just thought, we all thought of several friends that also eventually attended Seton Hall University. We just thought that whole atmosphere and the whole family orientated base of what Seton Hall is all about was really something that we just wanted to continue. Because we just thought it was just an incredible place to be, and we just didn't want it to end. So it did start with Seton Hall Prep, of course, and just being around the whole campus itself with the university, and we just kind of seemed to mingle together, and it eventually looked like it was just one big, huge school. But of course, it wasn't. But and it made me turn out to what I am today. Sure. One of my professors that really stuck in my mind that actually made me minor in philosophy was because of her teachings and her profession and her being a professor, was Dr. Stark. I'm not sure if she's still there or not. Still there. Is she really? I did a course with her in Introduction to Philosophy. And I just thought she was amazing, so I decided to just continue all of the classes, and I wound up realizing that slowly but surely I was minoring in philosophy because I think it was like 20-something credits that I eventually had from taking each one of her classes, and I wish she had more because I would have continued. And one of my, I believe is a mentor to me and a good friend and a very best friend is James Orsini. Like I was mentioning to the Seton Hall alumni crew here today, that James Orsini, not only being one of my best friends, a mentor, and someone that I always looked up to, we were actually, believe it or not, I was born 5 days before James Orsini, and when my mom was coming out of the hospital, he was born in the same hospital. His mom was going in to deliver him. And so that's how close we are. I was born on the 1st, he was born on the 6th of January. And James will always be part of my life, and he's one of my colleagues, friends, and best friend that I will ever have, I believe. Yeah, I was involved in the Italian club with Mr. Lupo. I don't know if he's Mr. Lupica. He actually teaches at the prep right now still, but I was involved with. He was also part of the Seton Hall University. This is going back between 1981 and 1985 when I was attending Seton Hall. So it was I was involved in that particular organization, but other than that, I worked a lot, so I couldn't have been involved too much as far as studies is concerned, working, and I just tried to get involved in some curriculums as much as possible. I believe what makes Seton Hall unique is the I know it's a lot different now than it was back, when I attended. And what I really loved about Seton Hall was, number one, I was with that family, not to be redundant, for 8 years after graduating from the university. The whole student. The way everyone was friends with her, it wasn't as large as it is now, which is a great thing. But it just became, everybody almost knew a lot of people. I mean, for as large as it was, there was always passing and everybody saying hello to each other, and it was just a family. I'm a family type of guy, so that's where I felt that I belonged, because I was just used to that type of atmosphere. Yeah, absolutely. We would go downtown, downtown South Orange. I'm not sure if that area is still there. I can't remember some of the subway places that were there that we used to stop at, but we used to walk down South Orange Avenue down to I'm not sure what that little area is downtown by the train station. I believe there was a train station there also. We did go into New York City a lot. Eventually, a lot of us either moved into New York City or worked in New York City. So we used to take road trips to Manhattan when we were, I guess maybe sophomore or junior year, where we became a little more daring to get into Manhattan and so forth. But yeah, we did do some day trips around that particular area, but it was at that point when we had started to attend the university, we had already scoped out the area 4 years prior to that, because we were there. It was actually it was really exciting. I mean, that's all we actually we talk about on campus. I'm not a huge basketball fan, but then everyone became a basketball fan if you were not one. So it was really exciting for everyone, and I believe that it was something that really gave Seton Hall University, a bigger name than it already was. Well, being a Catholic, it tremendously affected me. Being a very spiritual and religious person, also going to the prep and just being involved in the whole spiritual atmosphere that the campus you just couldn't help it being engulfed by it. It just was there. It was in your face, and that was one of the attributes that I believe that we've all acquired due to that experience. I don't think I would change anything about Seton Hall. I think that Seton Hall is just an awesome school. I wish that everyone could have the experience that I've had with Seton Hall, and a lot of my friends had. We continuously speak about it. I mean, it's part of my life. It always will be, and I believe that it's something that one should, if they're trying to figure out what they want to do in life, at that young age of 17, 18 years old, when they're ready to attend, they should totally and 100% look at Seton Hall and see how much and how great of a school it is, curriculum-wise, and also for spirituality. My favorite memory about Seton Hall, I believe, would be the friends that I've made there. Let alone the education that I've received, the awesome education that I received between both schools on that campus, and prepared me for where I am today. The friendships and the friends that I made through my 4 years there are still with me. I mean, I believe that out of the best friends that I've had at Seton Hall, I can't even count them. it's so awesome how I still come across them, or still hear from them, and want to still discuss our experiences and our adventures at Seton Hall University. The patch that I wear on my eye, but besides that, I think the whole alma mater that Seton Hall University just kind of oozes out of yourself. It's just the whole idea of Seton Hall and the Pirates, and we continuously represent. I have several things at my home that I have hanging up in my den that still reflects back to Seton Hall University, and reminds me of pictures that I have even with the Pirates, our yearbook, and that will always be dear to me. I think that they should really think about what they want to do, and if they feel that it's something they're not sure about as far as what they want to do in life, career-wise, Seton Hall University is this type of school that allows you to experience the school itself, and the guidance that they give there to make sure that you go on the right path and the right type of experiences that you're about to endure in life, and they prepare you for that, and they tell you and explain to you that it's okay not to know what you want to be in life, because at the end of the day you will realize who you are and what you want to do in life due to the experience of Seton Hall University. Actually, the one thing that I do want to mention about Seton Hall is that I'll always remember the school. It's something that I'm glad that I made the decision that I did. Sometimes things happen for a reason. I was supposed to be doing something else as far as education is concerned, and for some reason God led me to Seton Hall University, which was the best thing that I believe ever happened to me, and as part of my experiences in life. So if you're doubtful on what it is that you want to do in life, Seton Hall University is the school that will help you decide. My time at Seton Hall University was a time of realizing who I was, or possibly who I was. I wasn't sure who I was. I don't think anybody really understands or absolutely for sure knows who they are. And what happens is, at such a young age, at 17, 18 years old, you just haven't experienced enough to know exactly what it is or what you're about. So Seton Hall kind of gives you the mold, and that's what it did for me. It molded me into the type of person and the character that I have, and I thank them for that, from the bottom of my heart.